Hey y'all, how you doing? All right, as you can see, we're back out here in the garage, and we're getting ready to adjust the axle in play. Past week or so, been since you've seen it last. There's the drive shaft. It's been shortened. It's been balanced. If you're in the East Tennessee area and you need a drive shaft shortened, Post drive lines. They are great folks to work with. They're not hard to work with. They're easygoing. They will work with you. They've been doing that a long time too. Not sponsored by them, not sponsored by anybody, but I thought I'd just throw that out there and let y'all know. You know, if you're around this area and you need that kind of, you change something like I have, and you need that sort of thing done, they're a good bunch of folks to work with. So thank you so much. All right. Now, thank you to the folks there at Post Driveline. They've been really great. All right, so yeah, we gotta start. I gotta adjust the slop in the axles there. So you adjust the backlash, and how you do that is by that kind of toothed nut there, that funny looking nut there with the threads on it. And what I'm really talking about is I'm talking about that. Okay. Let me get it there. You have that right there. Okay, so that's what we need to adjust. We need to adjust that. That takes care of the slop back and forth this way, okay, between the axles. Now, the other side has got slop in it, but like I said before, inside the differential, there is a floating block in there. Oh, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But there is a spec on this too. And I'll show you that too. So, here is, show you one of these differentials here. And I'll show you the floating block I'm talking about. Okay, this one here's a pretty good one to see. This part, you hear that? That is that floating piece. It floats, okay? And it moves back and forth. And it's supposed to butt up against each axle. Okay, here we go. We can see it a lot better. Yeah, see, it floats back and forth. And let me get something to manipulate that. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And I went and got a magnet so I can move this thing back and forth. You can see that I'm moving it back and forth there. Okay, that is the floating block. It actually moves more than that. Yeah, see? So that's what it does, is it moves back and forth and allows for adjustment on those axle bearings. Okay? So that's what it does. That's its main goal. That's its main job. It is not supposed to be fixed in a solid position. It is supposed to slide back and forth. Now, there are probably some people out there who thinks that, oh no, that shouldn't be like that. That thing should be slipping, that thing should be locked down nice and solid. Well, in the 8 3/4 Mopar, that's one of its little quirks. Okay, but that is something that works exceptionally well. The end play on that axle shaft is 8 to 18 thousandths of an inch. So we got to get a hammer, a mallet, and we're going to seat that. And then I'm going to get a pry bar too. So here we go. Here's a pry bar. Here's a rubber plastic mallet. We're going to make sure to seat those bearings which they were pretty much already seated to begin with. But I'm going to pull that back. As you can see, I'm going to show you how much play I got. I got way more than 18 thousandths. So I'm going to go over there to the other side, passenger side, and I'm going to slap on that axle with my hammer here, just like I did this one, and I'm going to make sure that that's completely seated over there. See, you take up, the other side does not have an adjuster. You take up your adjustment, your slack over here on the passenger side, which I've said that before in other videos, but I thought it's something worth repeating. Okay, there we go. That's done. Get back over here. Now, some people might be saying, why not just run the green bearings? Well, I kind of feel like this is a much more reliable setup, and I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so that's why I'm doing this. The green bearings, I'm not saying anything bad about them. They're actually pretty good stuff. But I've used these before. I've never used the green bearings. So I had this thing moving a while ago. I guess it's camera shy. So I guess I'll have to use my mallet on it and do that sort of thing. So okay. Right, all right. You should be able to see pretty good. I'm just going to run this nut in. Now the procedure I've still got a long ways to go. So what you do is you just hammer on this and you turn that nut. You run it in, keep running it in until you get all, you're supposed to take all the play out. I got just a little over 20 thousandths. You're supposed to run it in until you have no play, then back it off till you got like 8 to 18. So take a little bit more. Got 12 there. Yeah, if you notice my stand, okay, I got like 6 now. I have zero play. So now, like per the manual says, I'm supposed to back it off to like 8 to 18. So that's what I'm going to do. gauge again. Let y'all see what I'm doing here. Let me. Okay, you can see my gauge is on 0 there. Tell you what, let me get this nut in a little bit better, favorable position. Okay, there we go, that's better. 0 on the gauge. And all we want to do is we want to. Okay, I'm at 10. I'm actually at 8. I'm going to loosen it up. I'll tell you what, I'm going to loosen it up just a little bit because I just don't want them to run tight, too tight. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of anal about that sort of stuff. I feel like I'm going to back them off just a little bit. I'm right on 8 right now, so. Well, that's a little bit too much. So let's take them back. This is a little bit fussy, and this is the part some people don't like. Me, it doesn't bother me. Getting out a dial indicator and doing this is not that big a deal. Okay, I'm at 13 right there. So you see 0. I'm on 0. And now I'm on 13. So I think that's pretty good right there. I'm gonna leave that alone. Now the last thing you need to do is put the lock nut and the little catch or the retainer. All right, so that's what I'm going to do next. And it just goes on that one stud right there that's empty. All we want to do is just affix it in there like that. See how it's in there like that? See that one little hook that's hooked into the nut? So that's how we want to do it. Okay, and then we put our, it's hooked into that adjusting nut. Now I had my nut to go on that. Where did I put it? Oh, I left it in the end of my socket. Okay, there we go. So that works. So here we go. Tighten this down. Okay. That job is done. That is done. And I'm liking it. I apologize for not being able to see the dial indicator very clearly. Just glare, and this is really the only way I could rig this thing up and get it to work efficiently. So, anyway. All right. Now, I would like to interrupt all of this for an important bit of a message. That is that you all have went and done it. You've put this channel up above 660 subscribers. 660,000. Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay. But no, seriously, 660 subscribers. It's amazing. And I truly do thank you, even though I do that every time I get on here, But I do really appreciate you all coming on, watching, clicking on the videos, the likes and the shares and the thumbs ups and all of that. Really seriously appreciate it. So thank you so much. You know, and hopefully this sort of growth will continue, and we can, I can carry on with this and hopefully inspire more people to do more of this work themselves. Okay. All right. So anyway, let's get busy. I'm going to put the drive shaft in, and I went and measured. Here's the inch a little bit. Son of a gun. Okay. I went and measured the drive shaft, and I think I've done it right. But you're going to get to see whether I screwed up or whether I did it right. So, okay. So I'm going to reset up the camera, get everything right, and hopefully, this thing just go right in, and it'll be a no-brainer. All right. Be right back. Okay, y'all. Here we go. We're up here near my transmission in my truck, and we're going to see if I gave them the right dimensions for the drive shaft. So here we go. I'll set you all up back here. Hopefully I don't knock the camera over. Can't promise anything. Yeah, let's see. There we go. I think that will work right there. No, it won't. Yeah, I'm on a big piece of cardboard, and the cardboard moved. Okay. So here we go. Which this right here is not the real test. The real test is getting back here to the rear axle and bolting it up. So that went right in. Gonna move this floor jack. My goodness. Those barking squirrels are just terrible. Okay. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna take this tape off of here, if I can get it off. Okay. Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy. I think this is going to work. If I can put the cup back on. Oh, come on now. Why are you causing me trouble? Okay. Oh, man, that looks so good. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, this is going to be great. Okay. So, I didn't screw up the measurements. How about that? Okay, you're seeing this live. First time. So, yeah, that's about where it runs. Right there all the time. So, I've got plenty of play there, or room for the drive shaft to move in and out. So, that's what you want. So, there we go. I think that worked out beautifully. Yeah, that works out great. Okay. All right, let's Wow, that's really something. Okay. Really happy with that. Okay, so I just need to get straps on that, bolt that thing in. All right, so I will be right back. Okay, y'all, I've got the drive shaft in all the way, and I'm just finalizing the torque on these little bolts here, little 3/8 head on these. Now, just so you know, this uses the smaller U-joint. It's a 7260. Okay. Now, I have no idea what that is in a spicer number or anything like that. So, but when you're tightening these down, just, you have to get creative and use something like a screwdriver or a pry bar and go in there and hold the drive shaft while you tighten the bolts down, torque them down, and double check both sides. So, well, worked a while ago, didn't it? There we go. Okay. You'll notice I'm using a kind of a long wrench there that gives me a lot more leverage, a lot more torque. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the gear oil in it tonight, and then make sure that my drain plug doesn't leak or anything like that. So get this jack out of here too. Put my stuff away, because I'm going to have to wrap it up tonight. This is about it. There's not much left here to do, but I got started pretty late, and I don't want to start this thing up and wake up my neighbors. It is Sunday night, and I don't want to really disturb their rest too much. So, yeah, that plug I pulled out, that's where the gear oil goes in at. So, right there on the 8 3/4. So, and that's pretty much true on most all of them I've ever seen. So, let me go get the pump, and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, we're back, and I'm bleeding the brakes on this, and this side, as you can see, is pretty well dripping there from the bleeder screw. So, oh my God. You're trying to get the light on there so you can get the shot really good. Ugh. Okay, so you can get a good picture there, or at least a decent one. So I'm just going to use I don't have a wrench handy that will fit that, so I'm just going to use my ratchet socket. Okay, there we go, that's done on that side. This side I don't think is dripping yet. I usually wait for them to just drip all the way down the back side of the backing plate so that I know at least it's dripped on the floor a couple of times. So while I'm back here though, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add the gear oil. And this is where I want to pass on something to you all. A little quick time-saving device. These, you can buy them in like almost any auto parts store anywhere. And all you do is you just pump like this. And here in a minute, if the pump works, I will get some gear oil to come out. Yeah, when these things work, they're great. Okay, I spoke too soon. There we go. And this is like way cleaner than like a lot of other methods. I'm using on this, I'm using a pretty heavy duty gear oil. It is 85 140. It's non-synthetic. So, yeah, you just pump that in there, and that's like just way simple. Very, very simple. Okay? It's like just criminal. It's so simple. So, I'm going to check on my bleed screw over here real quick. Actually, the bleed screw messed up, and it's, so now I'm bleeding out of the brake line over here. And I can see a little bit of brake fluid coming out. I may have to loosen that one up a little bit more because it's not really working out real well. So, okay. Those folks that post, they did a really great job on the drive line here, on the weld. I'll let you see what I'm talking about. I mean, you see that? That is a really, really good weld. And from what I understand, that fella that does it is doing it freehand, so it's pretty darn good. Okay, I'm gonna finish pumping the gear oil in this, and I'll be right back. Oh, but before I do, some people have been voicing their comments about why do I stop the video and start the video? Why do I skip over stuff like this? Well, I'll just go ahead and tell you. Do you want to see, 15, 20 minutes of me pumping this gear oil in there? I mean, honestly, I wouldn't want to watch that. So, I mean, if you want to see that sort of thing, I'm sure there's some channel out there that will provide that for you, and I'm not necessarily telling you to abandon my channel or nothing like that, but let's just be honest, this isn't even fun to do. I mean, putting that gear oil in there like that, but it's a hell of a lot cleaner and neater than like some other ways I've seen. The siphon grease gun, it's like a big plunger inside. Them things, they just make a mess. They just make a tremendous mess. I do not like those at all. They're terrible. I mean, they're great to use if you don't have nothing else, but if you've got another option, this is a better option. And I like this. This is way better. So, but that being aside, yeah, I pause on stuff like this because if I don't, then the video is much longer, and we don't want that. So, okay, video's long enough. So thank you. and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. I've got all the gear oil in it. I had some coming out of the hole there. Got the drain plug back in. Got the brakes bled, both sides now. So everything's looking pretty good. So I had a little bit of a leak. I still got a little bit of a leak coming out of the drain plug that I put in. But I've got a clean pan there to observe just how good or bad that's going to be. I will probably most likely have to go back and maybe do a little bit more welding there. So maybe there was some sort of little place where I just overlooked or something. So anyway, okay, well, the last thing left to do is probably just bolt on the wheels and tires and the adapter plates. So yeah, I gotta put the adapter plates on first and then the wheels and tires, but it's getting kind of late, and it's not getting kind of late, it is late. So I'm gonna wrap things up here because I can't really even start this thing up tonight because, well, it is late and I don't want to wake my neighbors up. You know, the ones that are asleep anyway. So anyway, so I hope you was able to learn something from all of this. And maybe that is buy a lift and let me use it. Okay. All right. But I thank you so much for watching. And if you like this you know, give it a, you know the deal, thumbs up and all that good stuff. But the other thing is, I'm going to be making a video about top 5 things to do to your 318 to gain more power and performance. So if you like that, you like the idea of that, you know, comment down below. Of course, as usual, if you have any kind of suggestions, ideas, comments, whatever, you know what to do. You're smart. Put them down below. I'll do my very best to answer them as quickly as I possibly can. So again, thank you all so much for watching, and it really means a lot to me to have that communication back and forth between. It's just really nice. So I appreciate you all. Have yourselves a great evening. God bless. See you later. So, yeah. Old manuals, they're just great.